Hello everybody and welcome back to The Lost Planeswalker. You're here with me, Jesse, the Lost Planeswalker, and today we're looking at Nalaar, Chief Mechanic. This is a co-commander in the Living Energy Precon deck, and I want to show off just how much fun this commander can be. So, Nalaar, Chief Mechanic, green, blue, and a red, legendary creature, human artificer. Whenever one or more artifact creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, you get 2 energy. At the beginning of your end step, you may pay 1 or more energy. If you do, create an XX colorless vehicle artifact creature token named Nalaar's Etherjet with flying, crew 2, where X is the amount of energy spent this way. So Pia here lets you create really big vehicles that crew for very cheaply by spending your energy, which I think is a very cool outlet, because there's a lot of decks that can generate a ton of energy, and maybe they take extra turns and win that way, but there's not a lot of ways I see converting energy straight into win cons or creatures like this. So I think this was worth making a deck around. This deck is going to revolve around some great energy payoffs in generation, then we're going to look at some big payoffs, and lastly, some powerful artifacts, cool new cards, and good stuff to round out the deck. So now let's start out by looking at those energy payoffs in generation by generating a ton of energy, and there's a lot of great ways to do it. Starting out with Aether Refinery, Aether Squall Ancient, and Rampaging Aetherhood. Aether Refinery, 4 red artifact. If you would get 1 or more energy, you get twice that amount of energy instead. Tap, you get an energy, and you may pay 1 or more energy. If you do, create an XX black Aetherborn creature token where X is the amount of energy paid this way. Another great way, just like our commander, to turn that energy into creatures. Aether Squall Ancient, 5 blue creature Leviathan. At the beginning of your upkeep, you get 3 energy, pay 8 energy, return all other creatures to their owner's hands, activate this ability anytime you could cast a sorcery. A great way to gain energy and bounce everything. And then Rampaging Aetherhood, 4 and a green creature, Snake Hydra with Trample and Ward 2. At the beginning of your upkeep, you get an amount of energy equal to this creature's power. Then you may pay 1 or more energy. If you do, put that many +1/+1 counters on this creature. This is a way to basically double your energy you generate from Rampaging Aetherhood every turn, and you can dump extra energy into it to make it even bigger. Now, this is a creature, so it could be killed, and then you can lose a lot of that momentum you had, but this could get very big, and I think works very well inside and outside of energy decks. Some cool new energy creating cards that I think are worth talking about are Aetherflux Conduit, Nissa World Soul Speaker, and Pima Trailblazer. Aetherflux Conduit, 6 generic artifact. Whenever you cast a spell, you get an amount of energy equal to that amount of mana spent to cast that spell, and you may pay 50 energy, draw 7 cards. You may cast any number of spells from your hand without paying their mana cost. That seems like a pretty cool effect, and I've personally seen decks that generate more than 50 energy easily and have nothing to do with it, so this is an awesome payoff. Nissa World Soul Speaker, 3 and a green legendary creature elf druid with landfall. Whenever a land enters, you get 2 energy, and you may pay 8 energy rather than pay the mana cost for permanent spells cast. That's another great way to use your energy to do some really great things. And then Pima Trailblazer, 2 and a green creature elephant warrior, trample. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, you get that many energy. And then exhaust, pay 6 energy, put 2 +1/+1 counters on this creature, then draw cards equal to the greatest power among creatures you control. Lots of great ways to take advantage of this card, especially using Pia's ability. You can create a giant creature and then pay 6 energy here and draw a ton of cards off of that. Some of the other great energy payoff and generation cards is Aetherworks Marvel, Architect of the Untamed, Attune with Ether, Conversion Apparatus, Decontition Module, Electro Siphon, Air of Innovation, Gonte's Aetherheart, Izzet Genitorium, Pema Aether Seeker, Royal Cartographer, Saheeli Radiant Creator, Stone Idol Generator, and Tune the Narrative. Now diving into some energy payoffs. Some really great new energy payoffs that we've received, and there's been a lot of them lately, is Blaster Hulk, Primal Prayers, and Territorial Aetherkite. Blaster Hulk is 6 red, artifact creature pirate. This spell costs 1 less cast for each energy you've paid or lost this turn. Haste, and whenever Blaster Hulk attacks, you get 2 energy. Then you pay 8 energy. When you do, Blaster Hulk deals 8 damage divided as you choose among up to 8 targets. A great way to clear the board of little creatures, a couple big ones, or 1 giant one. Primal Prayers is 2 green enchantment. When it enters, you get 2 energy. You may cast creature spells with mana value 3 or less by paying energy rather than by paying their mana cost. And if you cast a spell this way, you may cast it as though it had flash. A great way to put a ton of small permanents on the board whenever you need them. And then Territorial Aetherkite, 4 green creature, cat dragon with flying and haste. When this creature enters, you get 2 energy. Then you may pay 1 or more energy. When you do, this creature deals that much damage to each other creature. This is a board wipe on a creature. that also has haste and maybe can knock out an opponent if life totals are low. Some of the other energy payoff cards are Aether Spike, Amped Raptor, Assaultron, Dominator, Confiscation Coop, Galvantic Discharge, Lightning Runner, Servant of the Conduit, and Wheel of Potential. Now diving into those good stuff, we're going to look at those powerful artifacts with a bunch of the new ones from this set with Adaptive Omni Tool, Etheric Amplifier, and the Aether Spark. Adaptive Omni Tool 2 Artifact Equipment. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each creature for each artifact you control. Whenever a equipped creature attacks, look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may reveal an artifact card from among them, put it in your hand, put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Equip for 3. Etheric Amplifier, 3 generic artifact. Tap to add 1 mana of any color. 4 and tap, choose 1, activate only as a sorcery. Double the number of each kind of counter on target permanent, or double the number of each kind of counter you have. This is a great way to double our counters, especially our energy. And then the Aether Spark, 4 generic legendary artifact planeswalker equipment. As long as the Aether Spark is attached to a creature, the Aether Spark can't be attacked and has, whenever equipped creature deals combat damage during your turn, you may put that many loyalty counters on it. +1, attach the Aether Spark up to 1 target creature you control, put a +1/+1 counter on that creature. -5, draw 2 cards. -10, add 10 mana of any one color. This is such a good card in so many ways. Obviously, we want to attach this to one of our giant creatures we're making with Pia, take a ton of loyalty to then draw cards or generate a ton of mana. Some other great new cards, we got our Chandra Spark Hunter, Lumbering World Wagon, and Strider Hanger Automaton. Chandra Spark Hunter, 3 in a red, legendary planeswalker Chandra. At the beginning of combat on your turn, choose up to 1 target vehicle you control. Until end of turn, it becomes an artifact creature and gains haste. +2, you may sack an artifact or discard a card. If you do, draw a card. 0, create a 3/2 vehicle artifact creature token with crew 1, or -7. You get an emblem with whenever an artifact you control enters, this emblem deals 3 damage to any target. A lot of really great potential in this deck, and I think Chandra here is going to be a fan favorite. Lumbering World Wagon, artifact vehicle. This vehicle's power is equal to the number of lands you control, and whenever the vehicle enters or attacks, you may search your library for a basic land, put on the battlefield tap, then shuffle. And then Strider Hanger Automaton, 3 artifact creature construct. Thopters you control get +1/+1. If 1 or more artifact tokens would be created under your control, those tokens plus an additional +1/+1 color Thopter artifact creature token with flying are created instead. A very similar ability to that great squirrel commander we have, but this one is all about artifacts and Thopters especially, so I think this is very good. The other good stuff cards we have are Abrade, Adrix, and Nev Twincasters, Arcane Signet, Biden of Thassa, Blasphemous Act, Rudiclad, Telecore Engineer, Chaos Warp, Chromatic Lantern, Counterspell, Cultivate, Enduring Curiosity, Enthusiastic, Mechanaut, Eska's Chariot, Farseek, Jessica's Will, Kappa Cannoneer, Psy Master Thopterus, Second Harvest, Soul Ring, Talisman of Creativity, Talisman of Curiosity, Thopter Spy Network, Thought Monitor, Thought Cast, Thunderous Velocipede, and Whirler Rogue. There is a pretty nice land base here, so check that out if you're interested, but let me know in the comments down below what you think. Do you think the cards I included were pretty good? I know that there was a lot of cards from the original deck, especially the new ones, but I think there may be some of the best energy cards we've ever seen, so they're definitely worth an include in this deck. But let me know if I left out any of your favorite cards. I'd love to hear about it. In addition, if you'd please leave a like, share this video with a friend, and subscribe. That would mean the world to me, so thank you, thank you. And if you want to help me out in another way and really enjoy the videos I make, please check out my Patreon. It would mean the world to me. So now, today's Scryfall card of the day is Bloodfray Giant, the star performer of the jury review. His shows have fans and blood spilling into the streets. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you later, Planeswalkers.